Thank you for tuning in to WDRB Media, the voice of the community, the only station giving you double the information and inspiration.
You're listening to In the Key of J&A Radio Show, and we are your hosts. I'm Angel.
And I'm Jay.
And we are your favorite hump day hosts in the afternoon.
Good morning and welcome to In the Key of J&A Radio Show on WDRB Media, iHeartRadio. I am your hump day host, Jay.
I am Angel, and good afternoon. It is 2 p.m. Your radio should be turned all the way up. It is 2023.
Wow.
Sheesh.
Wow. I mean, looking back.
My goodness.
Where has the time gone? My goodness. I tell you.
2022. It left in 2022.
Yeah.
That's where the time went.
I tell you, man, 2022 has been such a roller coaster.
Yes.
Of
emotions,
and such a roller coaster of different stresses. It's been so crazy.
It's had some great moments. It had some low moments. We lost some people. We gained some people.
Mm-hmm. Well, 2022 was very eye-opening, and you realize there are certain times in your life where things that happen, and they'll be allowed to happen. God will allow them to happen in your life for certain reasons and certain seasons to teach you and to get you to do what needs to be done. And the only way to do that is to really sometimes break you.
Yeah. I had a couple of breaking moments in 2022. Didn't necessarily define me. I wouldn't say it defined me, but it did reshape me.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely reshaped me. It gave me a lot of clarity. It made me learn me all over again. And one thing that I didn't realize is at almost 46 years old, you can still relearn, if that's a word.
Mm-hmm.
You can, relearn who you are all over again.
Of course, yeah.
Who you were 5 years ago, 1 year ago, 10 years ago is definitely not who you are now when you are constantly in a state of evolution.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that I am still on a journey of evolution.
Yes.
Still learning myself in ways that I didn't know myself before.
Mm-hmm.
Things that I used to tolerate,
mm-hmm.
I will no longer tolerate. Things that I used to want to do. I look at, the list that you make in the past,
mm-hmm.
Of accomplishments or things that you want to do or don't want to do or you like or dislike, and they're not the same as they are now.
Mm-hmm.
So 2022 was a great year of reflection for me. It was a test and challenge of how I respond and react to certain things,
mm-hmm.
How I deal with the offense of others, how I try my hardest not to offend
mm-hmm.
others. Like, there was a lot of things that I was working on when it came to growth of me and maturity of me.
For sure. And, even with me, 2022 taught me a lot about what I need to do, how I need to grow. And when I say that, I've always had a burden to grow. But 2022 really opened my eyes financially and really let me know how I needed to grow in order to make things work as I desired them to, and how to we end up getting coached by some great people.
Oh, yes.
And so it
Shout
really...
Shout out to the Cannon brand.
LaFisha and Carlos Cannon definitely have opened our eyes to a lot of different things that even we were doing wrong, even in 2022 with our finances, different things. And it's almost like we realized we were working too hard.
Right. And a lot of people won't be transparent
right.
when it comes to, how they're maneuvering in their finances with their businesses or with their home or things like that. You know, most people will keep that under wraps and make everything look like it's great. And we were never those people. We always shared, you know, everything to let people know, yeah, we're regular people, you know, just like everybody else. We go through the same type of financial issues as every other married couple does.
Right.
You know, there are issues, not in the marriage, but issues that just come up, you know, with being married and sharing financial everything, sharing personal everything. And we have no problem with putting those things out there so someone can hopefully learn something that we had to learn maybe either the hard way or something that we had to learn by trial and error.
Well, you know, you go through things so that other people sometimes can watch.
Right.
You go through. Sometimes you'll be the sacrificial lamb.
Most of the time you are. You know, it's always been instilled that the things that we go through are for other people, not necessarily for us.
Right.
So I am always the one that's like, hey, you know, to people that I'm close to or, you know, other couples or whatever, this is what we've went through. Maybe you don't have to go through this.
Or you don't have to take the same road. You know, some of the pitfalls that we have made, you don't have to make. Right. You know, you can avoid some things. And especially...
and 2022 it actually shined a spotlight on that for us with the people around us. I think we became a little bit more transparent when it came to our personal lives and not just the business, because we were always transparent in business. But we were a little more transparent in 2022 when it came to our personal lives in conjunction with our business and how running a business or running a few businesses as a married couple affected our household, our marriage, our friendship. It did absolutely make us stronger and made our children stronger because it literally allowed them to be a part. This was the first year that they were a part of everything that we did in family and in business. So this is going to be just today's just going to be a reflection show. It's just going to be a reflection show.
There's some good things that happened in 2022 as well, and we're going to share them right when we come back. Enjoy this tune. We'll be right back on In the Key of JNA Radio Show on WDRB Media.
Yeah, baby.
So we're back on In the Key of JNA Radio Show. Thank you all our supporters and listeners who's tuning in. We're going to get right back into it. So 2022, we discussed how it was a challenging year and all the things, some of the things that we have went through. But guess what? It was a lot of great things that happened in 2022 that we definitely going to touch on because the first thing was, we took our first cruise.
We took our first cruise.
In 2022. And I'm telling you,
great.
Like just the joy of getting on the plane and then losing your luggage.
Losing our luggage that American Airlines still hasn't paid me for. But we'll just chalk it up to being a 2022 loss.
Waiting in the airport for hours and our luggage is still back in Philly.
In Philly, right. We laughing now, but I promise you I wasn't laughing then. I was saying some choice words. I hope God forgave me for that.
By, our trying to get to the ship in enough time.
Being the last people on the ship.
We were literally the last people on the ship. When we got there, everybody was already on.
Drinking, had their luggage in their bungalows and everything else, and we still dragging. And
one of the funniest parts was, we were told how crowded, the intake was, and try to board. It was so crowded, but we didn't see any of that.
The last
because we literally went right through it.
We walked right through because there was nobody else in there but us.
Nobody else to check in. But we was like, we got over 6,000 people on this ship. Oh, I'm sorry, no.
9.
No,
9,000
we got
people.
5,998 people on the ship.
Not you.
And we're missing 2.
It's not you.
And when we finally came in, and we were just so grateful to be on there, and it was amazing
it was
time,
amazing.
and I can't wait to go back.
It was amazing.
We were on Royal Caribbean.
Yeah, Royal. You got our vote forever.
Yeah.
That was the best experience.
But what was the name of the ship that we went on?
We were on Symphony of the Seas.
Symphony of the Seas.
It was
and
beautiful.
I tell you, we left the ship, but we didn't have to leave the ship for anything. And it was just the most amazing time. So
first
shout
time
out
being on a cruise
to Royal
for me.
Caribbean.
First time being in another country for me. That was awesome all in itself.
Yeah, and the packing was extensive. We had
everything.
Everything.
That's right.
Like so much stuff we didn't realize we needed, and stuff we didn't need. But shout out to Angel.
Shout out to me,
who really took the time for like 2 months straight and bought different small packages and different things that we would need in order.
Which is why I was so upset that their luggage was gone.
Yeah, because that had everything in there, and so. And you know the people that we were with, we were really granted a great group of people because it turned out to be just great friendships, great relationships that is still from that day, from that trip, and it has just been it was an wonderful experience. So shout out to Royal Caribbean for an amazing time.
That was a great trip.
We're definitely looking to go back in 2023.
Yes,
we have to.
Yes, that's on my list. That's on my list to do a couple of vacations. That's definitely a thing.
Oh yeah,
vacations are a thing this year.
You know, 2022 in January, going back, we opened up our restaurant.
Yeah,
you know, so
literally, we will be by the time. Yeah. Oh my gosh! I just thought about it. We will be open 1 year.
1 year. Yeah. So it's just been a wonderful
That's
year.
Crazy.
You know, not without its challenges, but there are some highs. You know that we have went through. That was
them highs out west.
for sure. We had a chance to go to Charlotte this year.
Yes, we went to Charlotte for the first time.
And we had some of the best barbecue.
Yeah, man. Woo!
I must admit.
Charlotte, North Carolina, y'all got some good food down there.
Some good food.
We're foodies, in case y'all didn't know. Yeah. We're not just, restaurant owners or private chefs for that matter. But we're foodies.
I think we need to start a blog, a food blog.
That means we have to do a lot more traveling, which I don't mind doing.
Yeah.
We did a lot of traveling last year too,
That's true.
Especially for catering, we did a lot of traveling, like private chef work.
Mm-hmm.
We were in Virginia, we were in Charlotte, we were in Atlanta. Anywhere somebody was calling for us, we was going.
Well, one of the best things that happened in 2022 is we're here with you guys.
Oh yes. Cannot forget that part. We started in the key of J&A Radio Show. And so, again, shout out to WDRB Media. Because you guys are awesome.
We're here.
They saw something
with you every week.
Yeah, they saw something in us that we didn't even see in ourselves. We didn't think that
and
this
here
was
we
something
are.
we would want to do, right? Like,
here we are.
But here we are.
Talking to you guys. And,
it's a good song.
Yeah, I like that. What's that there? We don't want to get sidetracked.
And we do that often. We do get sidetracked with a song often.
We appreciate the chance to get on here with you guys. We're looking for an amazing year. So just keep it locked right here on In the Key of J&A Radio Show on WDRB Media.
Welcome back to In the Key of J&A Radio Show on WDRB Media, iHeartRadio. We are ecstatic that you guys tuned in today. It's 2023.
Yeah.
Hump Day host. It's 2023.
Oh my gosh.
So what are you expecting from this year?
My mindset has already changed even in 2022. So I only expect great things in 2023. Most of all, I expect a revised focus on the things that matter. After you get a certain age, you start realizing, the things that matter in life. When I was 20, it was Corvettes and Ferraris and, big house. And then when I got 30, it became more family. I still wanted Corvettes and Ferraris, but I was more family, like, let me raise these kids. And, now in the 40 zone, I still a Corvette and Ferrari, but, my kids almost grown, but now I gotta raise this dog.
Don't call my baby this dog. You see how swiftly things change, y'all. He was Sawyer the Great.
Sawyer came into our
now,
lives.
All of a sudden, he's the dog.
And first
changed everything, didn't he?
First he was the cute, cuddly puppy, and then
he took attention from you.
He stole Angel from me.
Right, you weren't the cute, cuddly puppy anymore. That's why.
And now I have to share.
That's right. You have to share it.
And I don't really like that, But
that's because you're spoiled. You always talk about the baby being spoiled. Oh, he's spoiled. All you do is pet him and hold him. That's because you want to be petted and
But
hold.
You know what?
And held too.
Back to it.
I'm holding you all the time.
More revised focus, more on my business and the different things that we're doing. More focus on this radio show, actually.
Yeah.
Because we're going to make the show better for you guys. We're going to have some guests on very soon. So, keep your radios locked, because 2023 is going to be an amazing year. And we're working on some things quietly. That's really been our motto. We like quiet work, and we let our success show through what we do.
Yep, announcements are made after the moves.
After the move. We used to do the thing where we should tell everybody what we're doing. We had to realize from Joseph that wasn't,
sometimes you just gotta be quiet.
You just gotta be quiet sometimes and just make the move first, because you don't know. The same folks you're telling your dream to is the same folks that's, saying, nah, it can't be done. And you have people in your circle. You got to change your circle. I'm learning that my circle has been changing year by year. The same folks that I'm hanging with, that I hung with last year, I don't really hang with this year. Not because we're not cool or we're not friends, but a lot of times different things happen in each other's lives.
Yes.
And, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with growth.
Well, mindset changes a lot of things. Mm-hmm. So when you begin to change your mind, whether you want it to happen or not, things around you change.
Right.
And especially if it's something that's benefiting you.
Right.
Everyone won't understand. Everyone won't get it.
Right.
And sometimes you do have to do it alone. Mm-hmm. One thing I speak about all the time is I constantly, for years, was always on what's next.
Right. What's
next? This is the first year that I'm not thinking about what's next.
Right.
Maintaining what I already have is my focus, my consistency, my discipline. Those things are what is in the forefront right now. I'm not afraid to lose anything that I have, because I'm not emotionally attached to anything, because God provides. And that's just the way I look at it. So if things are removed, I'm okay with that, because right now my focus is just not on what is.
Right.
You know what I mean? My focus is like, okay, how am I growing in the situation? If it's a hindrance to me, I don't want it.
And let me share this with you guys before we leave. To be honest, there's nothing wrong with aspirations. There's nothing wrong with building. There's nothing wrong with seeing ahead. But don't forget about where you are right now.
Right now. That's right. Live in the now, too.
Live in the now. So many times.
Life is but a vapor.
So many times we look back on 10 years ago, 5 years ago, and we realize some of the best moments in our lives is when we were, doing something, but we never really, took pleasure in what we were doing at the time.
Right.
We just kept looking, 10 years from now, I want to do this, I want to do this, but we don't realize we had everything we need right then and there.
And we missed it because we were so busy trying to go farther, trying to, push forward.
Right.
And we never... there are times when I could say, especially in 2022, that I did not savor the moment.
Right.
I did not allow myself to live in the moment and clap and cheer for myself.
Right.
So now, that's what's first and foremost for me in 2023 is being present in my marriage, being present in my family, not worrying whether or not my business is successful or not, because it's going to be what it's going to be.
It's going to be what it's going to be.
I'm going to do as much as I can, and whatever I can't do, God will do. And if it's not His will, then He'll remove it, and I'll still be all right. But I am doing I'm making more of a conscious effort to be present in the now.
Be present in the now, and make sure that understand nothing happens to you that takes God by surprise.
Right.
Understand that whatever you need to do, you will do.
You will do.
Because the situation,
unless you say
you can't do it. But understand something. One of the quotes that got me through is whether you can or whether you can't.
You're right.
You're right.
That's right.
And if you feel you can't do it, you're not.
You won't do it.
It won't happen. But if you feel that you can, guess what? You're going to put forth the effort and do what you need to do. And the last statement I'll make before we go, understand there's nothing wrong with being humble, but be confident.
Yes.
You know, understand being humble. Yes, it's noble.
Humility is noble. Yes,
it's noble, but it doesn't always get the worm. I've learned that it doesn't always get the worm. There's nothing wrong with showing your confidence and doing what you need to do.
Especially
being humble a lot of times.
Area.
Let me share this with you. Being humble a lot of times just says, I need you to down yourself down so others can shine. That's not it no more for me. No, I'm going to be humble in my focus. But I'm also, and I got my homie, he has a brand called Arrogantly Humble.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, that is so profound to me because I'm realizing my potential. And when I go after what I want, when I go after what I desire, nothing can stop me. God has all power, and we're going forth in 2023.
That's what we're doing.
No stopping us.
And that's what we're hoping that you're going to do. We're hoping the same thing that, for you. We're praying the same thing over your lives, that you will not allow anything to stop you in 2023. Go forward, but still remain present.
We love y'all.
We love y'all.
Yep.
Happy New Year, y'all.
We are your Hump Day hosts. I'm Jay.
And I'm Angel. And we are hoping you guys have a blessed New Year. And we will see y'all next week.
Same time, same place.
Yeah, baby.
On WDRB Media, iHeartRadio.